sucks.
Oh, it's not that easy game for Morphling either. He jumps in, doesn't have any kind of save for him, like pre-Manta style. You can get bursted by this Lich, Queen of Pain if you're playing on low HP. Beastmaster, like a vision game. From Holy Grail, also going to be good. You'll have Beastmaster providing it, Alchemist in the front line. All he needs is like 2 items, and they're going to run at them. But Supernova needs to heavily win the laning stage. They need to have, like, I would say 3k gold lead 10 minutes into the game to keep this momentum going.
3k at 10 minutes. All right. We'll keep an eye out for how they're doing at that particular marker in the game. But yeah, I fully agree with you that this is not the easiest draft to make work. However, if they can make it work for game 1, that's also a massive statement. To be like, y'all thought you had a good draft. Psh, we have better players. Who cares what heroes you pick? So, for this game as well, by the way, have you been seeing that these Liches, versus Morphling and Medusa, me and Liz were speaking about this the last time we cast together. Bro, Sinister Gaze is so good against those heroes. 20% at max level for the mana loss. It is actually insane. You lose so much so quickly, and then almost immediately you're under threat. You have to like leave the fight after you get Sinister Gaze. It's kind of nuts.
It's insane. Like also people like probably don't know about this. I didn't know about this until like 2 weeks ago. Somehow I missed it. Sinister Gaze deals 250 damage per second on creeps, and that's like 2 times more on creeps, sorry about that. So that's like 500 damage per second. So if you play like any Helm of the Dominator, if you play against Beastmaster, you insta-kill boars. Like boars are just dead. Level 1, level 2 boar, level 3, you need 1 hit. It's insane. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? So even if Enchantress gets the creep, Sinister Gaze could come in very handy. Summer just used Unstable Concoction and stun himself.
Like a boss, you know, show some dominance, not afraid of hurting himself in the laning phase. But what you're telling us with all that you've just said, Lacoste, is if there's a Beastmaster in the enemy team and you have a Lich, that Lich must rush Aghanim Scepter. Thanks for the info.
No.
Thanks for the updates.
Not what I said. You just put a point in Sinister Gaze at level 2. That's it. You might even get it level 1 if he starts with the board. So you might want to wait. Looking at the bottom lane, Summer CSing nicely, 6 already. Where's that steal from Bounty? Where's that Janata? Yeah, hit him with that plus 12.
Summer, I think, that's why he's throwing concoctions always at this Bounty's face. Like, dude, just leave me alone. I want to keep all this gold. But it doesn't feel like there's that much kill threat on this side of the map. Is there more on the top side? As we do see heroes falling very low. Chola forced to run away from some wild axes. DQQ even threw in a blood grenade for good measure. But I think they both just answer the question. This is probably the volatile lane where we can expect action to break down.
Yeah, this was supposed to be their like super strong lane, but Undying, he's getting kited. He gets close, Nether Blast, axes in his face, couple of right clicks from Pugna. So Chola not able to secure early CS for Morphling. Dolme doing really good in terms of CS department as well, sitting at 9. As you said, like Queen of Pain is struggling. This is like the matchup. Straight up hero. Kunkka should win, no doubt about it. Yep. But then it also comes in the player. So let's see how Hand is going to be doing it against. Is it Gan or Gon?
I called him Gon the last time.
Gon, okay.
And I guess it'll make it easy to differentiate. Han against Gon, let's go.
As soon as Kunkka hits that level 3, 2 points in Tidebringer, Queen of Pain starts to struggle a bit. She's going to catch up later, but yeah, Kunkka has that bracer, bringing in double bracer just to keep that momentum going. You see the harassment coming out. I don't think Gon should die, even though he doesn't have a point in Blink, so going for a more like harass-oriented build. 2 points in Shadow Strike. Yeah, you get some extra heals from it. The matchup was much worse before because you didn't have this healing component on Shadow Strike.
Yep. It's very interesting how a lot of the classic matchups through the mid lane have been changed over time with different and new mechanics. And throughout Dota, just changing one mechanic very, very slightly has massive ripple impacts on hero-to-hero matchups, especially in the mid lane when there's nothing else happening. For this game, what do we expect this Kunkka to build? Are we going for
look at the bottom, look at the bottom lane. Build? Look at it go.
Oh, no.
Centaur Cursor dies almost immediately. Didn't die instantly because he had that extra magic resistance, so... would die instantly. Nice usage of the Sinister Gaze there from Lich.
All right, so SJ is aware of this new tech, has the download, has the info needed, certainly helping in the laning phase.
He downloaded the new patch, read all the changes. He's good to go.
Reading changes? What are you talking about, dude? I'm a Dota player. I don't have time to read all this stuff. Gotta play the game.
I never understood how you could just queue up the game without even reading the patch notes. It's like not like the patch dropped. You're like, you know what? I'll click that fine match. It's like you don't even know what you're playing. Like you don't even know the changes. Like I can maybe understand you're like, oh, my favorite hero. I want to play Pudge. I want to play Disruptor, whatever. And then you read changes, but maybe you like read general changes while you're queuing. You're like one hero, and then you play against Muerta. Then you don't even know what the hero does. You're like, I'm hoping that she doesn't have magical damage.
But you see, Lacoste, that's what tooltips are for, my friend. It shows you the last changes on all your spells. You can just easily check things out. You can read in the game.
It's a lot
and while you're losing, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to be dead for a long time, so you'll have a lot of time to read.
This game so far,
yeah,
5 minutes in.
Look at it go.
Half damage on the Centaur, even through the magic cloak, feels pretty good. So right now, 5 minutes into this game, still extremely even. Nothing in it in terms of the gold distribution, no first bloods anywhere just yet. It could happen on the other side of the map, but it's been just very light. And who benefits the most from this sort of situation, where it's just a static farming circumstances on all the lanes?
Holy Grail, another Sinister Gaze here on Hellbear Smasher. They're just gonna kill it instantly. That's very nice, Chola.
Chola
needs another
about
hit.
to die. Will he tick out? No, he's gonna live. He's okay. He's chilled. He's fine.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be having any action just yet. Still, everybody just back to farming. Some casual D-wards, small harass here and there, but nothing bombastic just yet.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gun. Interesting build coming out from him, going into Urn as first item on Queen of Pain. Not the item that we usually see, but I guess here wants to reduce the healing on Morphling, wants to have that Spirit Vessel with Shadow Strike. It's a lot of like solo kill threat, healing coming out from Enchantress as well. Gun making the first rotation. This should be the first blood. He can burst him with the Sonic Wave and doesn't have mana for it. Finally gets hit.
Sheep trying to run away, but eventually, like you say, Sonic Wave will emerge. Gun will drop it. Expends every single sliver of mana he has available, but certainly well worth it. Can you imagine how good it would feel to get first blood with level 6 at this point in the game? He might end up dead though, dragged back by the X marks the spot into the boat. Do they have the damage to kill him off? Indeed they do. And we get to see why so many Queen of Pains hate life early on against Conquer. Good move by Supernova. They're gonna put some pressure on the tier 1 tower as well. So despite giving up the first blood here, Lacoste, they make sure they get some pretty nice goodies in return.
Yeah, that was a mistake there from Gun, because he had no mana, had Branch in the backpack, missed like 15 mana or something for the blink. You said he used everything, but this is gonna be really good opener. They're gonna kill the tower. Let's see if the deny can happen. Lich, SJ gets it.
Dude, Lich denies you, but Gun might die for this. Can he blink away? He does have the mana this time around, so should be able to get out, but good move for Supernova.
Yeah.
It looks like they want to just sweep through the jungle, start applying additional pressure down bottom, open up some space on the map for this bounty hunter. And you said in the draft that this is the kind of lineup that requires you to constantly be running at the enemy. And so far, if they can keep up this kind of tempo cost, it can really work out for them, provided it never stops.
Yes, you can't make mistakes with this type of draft. Bounty is in a good spot. He's second on the net worth, stealing that gold from Alchemist. Now, the question is, can you find Alchemist? Things are not as easy now because the map is bigger. SJ, double damage with Kunkka providing vision and hitting that torrent should be enough to get the kill.
At least gonna be slowed down in this attempt by the Frost Shield. He's actually still alive, but on the other side is this Shola Undying. Just to make 100% sure, it's unfortunate for the Kunkka that he had to steal the kill, but what can you do? More important that he ends up taking a tumble.
Had to secure it.
So is this going to be an Alchemist, like when he gets the Rads, when do we want to see him start moving across the map. He might actually end up dead here. There's a double damage on this Enchantress. There's a lot of damage
It's
onto
still
Summer
going.
trying to run away. But unfortunately, Waishen does have the Janata hit. That enables the kill. Alchemist is gone. This tier 1 tower down bottom might soon follow him.
Some good stuff from Supernova. Exactly what they need to do to win the game. I guess that's like why they picked it. They feel very comfortable with the heroes. Let's see if they can keep this momentum going. Bounty Hunter, 4 points in Junata. Has phase boots come in, going into like all these smaller items. I see Medallion. That is about to be picked up. The thing is, if you like don't kill Alchemist one more time, he's gonna have Radiance still at a good timing. He got like decent amount of farm from the lane, died once. This is 13-14 minute Radiance we're talking about.
Well, for now, though, they're going to sweep towards the top side of the map because that's where Holy Grail is making a potential attempt onto the tier 1 tower. However, as they get their nether ward destroyed, Holy Grails get a little bit skittish about heading through in this top side of the map. They're actually backing off all the way, even potentially abandoning this area of the map. Middle, though, Gan's going to be in trouble. X back in, but the heroes a little bit too far
That's
away
level 1
to
Blink.
provide additional lockdown. It's level 1 Blink, still going to be on cooldown for another 7 seconds, but the heroes a little bit too far away here, Lacoste, so they can't reach him. And oh my god, this is actually even more upsetting. I'd rather be dead right now. You steal my bounty and your Janata hit me? Oh no.
That's why he's called Bounty Hunter. Guess he clicks faster when there's a Bounty Rune fight happening. And then there it is, Supernova. I said 3k gold lead 10 minutes into the game. Exactly what happened. Let's see if they're going to be able to capitalize on this. You can see them running as 5, going together and trying to make something happen, find a kill. Problem is, like, the only catch you have is X mark the spot. Alchemist Courier is going to die. Some extra gold coming their way.
Okay. Very luckily for Summer, it wasn't actually carrying any precious cargo. Imagine if they destroyed it while it had a component of the Radiance. Would have been so big. But
Back
I think
in
they're
my
still
days,
happy enough to
Snare.
kill it. Yeah.
If you lost the courier, your items would drop on the ground and they could pick it up or they could destroy it. There was
Don't
one,
remind me of those days.
I think like ZSMJ, he was playing Medusa. He dropped Divine Rapier on courier, lost it, farmed it in like 5 minutes or so, and then won the game. Hey, it's one of those like legendary moments from Dota 1 days.
ZSMJ. Appreciate the old school shout out in China. It's the right region to do it. What a legend. Of course, we do have a legend like CTY also back in the mix. Maybe not as old school as ZSMJ, but the legends don't stay retired. This game has a way of just dragging you back, kicking and screaming no matter what.
Where's that pressure? Kunkka, Han gonna X-mark the spot himself, go for Rune, pick up that region. The thing about Kunkka as a hero is, what do you buy? Like, do you need Blade Mail? Do you go for Shadow Blade, BKB, Armlet? There's Orchid now. So wants to have that extra control against Queen of Pain, like maybe have solo kill threat on Lich, stop Pagana from using Life Drain. Even though it's like 3k gold lead, I still favor Holy Grails. Draft, they need to farm these outer rings, not take these fights. If they lose like one hero that is not Alchemist, they're good. Summer gonna stun himself again.
Yeah, because he did stun himself. The rest of the lineup not really feeling too confident about rushing in without him. So in that time duration, Supernova stacks up. And they should be able to take this tier 2 tower. 12 minutes, 45 seconds. Tower will fall. And these heroes are getting really, really big. Morphling not that far away from having a Manta style of his own. We just did get the medallion you spoke about earlier arriving. And Kunkka, he said he wants Orchid. He's not that far away. And if you're speaking about old Dota 1 days, there used to be a portion of Dota where the matchup middle was basically a race to who could get the Orchid first.
Yeah.
And whoever got the Orchid first
Puck,
would win.
Queen of Pain, Puck Storm, like Quap Storm, like these were the matchups that you're like, well, sure you have silence, but if I silence you first with Orchid, you can't use your abilities. I miss Orchid days. Like, I don't know why. I feel like this item is nowhere near good right now. It was exclusive intelligence item. Nowadays, it's not. It's more like, you know, damage item. and you third because it didn't have upgrade before, so now it feels better at least in that department.
My favorite upgrade part was the first upgrades when they first introduced Bloodthorn. I missed that initial version. Mid lane, DQQ and Khan were just sticking around here, putting in some harass onto Shen, but they'd have no real way to catch him. Man, this game, not just this game in general, but Dota 2 right now is so light on disables when it comes to hard stuns. Everyone took it a little bit too much to heart when they're like, we're nerfing stuns. All right, fine, I guess I'm never going to pick a stunning hero again.
I miss the good old days with cast range. Shadow Shaman with cast range talents, Ether Lens, he's like neutral items, and then you'll have like half screen, full screen away. Shaman shackling you for like 7 seconds, then 1 second downtime, hex into another shackle. Couldn't really do much. I think that's when we added status resistance.
Yeah. To be fair, they went way too far the first time they added status resistance, so Dota 2 certainly has demonstrated to be a game about experimentation. Speaking of experiments, because
I
you
definitely
don't miss the first one.
Status resistance like the S and Y plus Satanic 43% status resistance. Han will hit that boat. Yeah, he looks very dead. Just let him be. Let Bounty finish off the job. Hit him like 5-10 times. Steal all of this gold.
We have stuff to do, man. We have to play this game quickly. So we got to kill them off quickly. Try to sweep further across the map and see what else we can get. We almost got the Orchid finished now for Han. He's going to have it pretty much after he concludes this wave in the top side of the map. And then afterwards, do you want to see them smoke again from Supernova? Maybe try to catch out this Queen of Pain somewhere?
They could, yeah. I see Gan already going for Yule Scepter, just a recipe away. Understand that it's a really good item against Kunkka, against X-Mark, and seeing a component, seeing this Blitz Knuckles on Kunkka. I think like this Blitz Knuckles, I don't think you should show when you're going for Orchid on Kunkka because you have this surprise effect. Like you're thinking, maybe it's going to be Shadow Blade. But good moves from Supernova. They're going into the Roche pit. They have damage. They have sustain from Enchantress.
They have some armor reduction with this medallion, so they should be able to make it happen. It's going by really fast as well. You don't normally see the Roshan at this stage of the game going by this quickly anymore. But Supernova have accomplished it. They get the Aegis.
Dongle
and that's
take
Morphling
it.
now. Let's see. He's almost got the full Manta. So we're going to have Manta Skadi at the same time as Solar Crest. Manta Aegis, Solar Crest, as well as an Orchid on the Kunkka. I would say this is the proverbial go time. If there's ever going to be a point where you feel much stronger than Holy Grail, it's certainly got to be now.
Yeah, like speaking of green lights, all of their abilities available on side of Holy Grail. We saw one Sonic Wave. We haven't seen Chain Frost. We haven't seen Primal Roar being used. So they've been just farming, which is okay. But I think they could get the kill considering that Supernova doesn't have like any reliable stun. You have like Bounty Hunter with the stun and X mark the spot. It's like Bounty stun, definitely not one easy to execute. All it takes is one sentry. Gone.
They'll get gone on in the mid lane. This time around, they have tons of damage. Does blink away, but I'm kind of surprised Han didn't throw the boat for that one. I think with boat, they probably had enough damage to find that kill, but they did just deal away the Queen of Pain form on the Morphling. Goes back in to take out the ward. They drag back in DQQ. He's the one that gets stunned off and killed right now. Gonna be the first casualty of this fight, but now Summer has also shown up. They want to try and beat down somebody here. Supernova, they find their Morphling getting brought back in with the Sinister Gaze. However, they don't want to fight into the Tombstone right now. The positioning is a bit too good. Summer can't get past all these zombies. Gan, though, able to at least chase down and kill off this Kunkka on the high ground. That's the only casualty of this fight. After the buyback, Supernova is like, you know what? Without Kunkka, we should probably leave this area so they don't get anything more.
They don't have catch without Kunkka. I guess the reason why they didn't go on Queen of Pain, she's like relatively tanky, and also Pagana providing with some extra healing. Gone. Almost all of his HP gone there.
Yeah. He did get it back though. Feels good.
We'll pick up Invis Rune, going into Ags next. Okay, they gotta keep this. They gotta keep doing this. They gotta keep this pressure going. Use this Aegis, 2.5 minutes left on it. But you can see that
DQQ has a track out on top of his head. He gets bursted in by Morphling. Dolem is getting chased as well. Do they have the additional slows necessary? They do not. Kunka's not here. Even Sheep could help out with the enchant slow, but even with Force Staff would have been too far away. This game is gonna be, this must be so frustrating to be in this lobby right now. Everybody just able to run away from you without that many consequences.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling when you're like, no stuns, we can't really take the fights. How do we gank? So they're like, you're stuck in a position where you use smoke, but then again, execution is not there. Nova going for another tier 2 tower, so we'll be able to secure it, which will open up the map. Tormentors available in a minute. They have the spell mechanic, Enchantress with Enchant, gonna come in very handy against the Cripify. Frost Shield. This is supposed to be the big timing on Dolme, who does have Helm of the Overlord creep, and interesting item choice in terms of neutrals. Holding on to Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, Primal Roar goes out onto the bounty, gets forced off the way towards Chola, who drops a young Tombstone to protect him. Han is also here with the boat on top of Dolem. Dolem is falling really, really low, and the Beastmaster will fall ultimately. The rest of Holy Grail not feeling too happy about this situation. Han gets another catch. He finds Summer, who does have BKB, does actually choose to turn around with the Chemical Rage, throws in a stun. It connects onto 4 heroes. That must feel good. However, it feels even better to stay alive, and he guarantees a retreat for his lineup. And Supernova, so I feel in 2 ways about this. They are taking some of these engagements. They are still getting pickoffs. However, they're not getting as much real estate and map control as I want them to have with the draft of theirs.
They are like getting they killed 2 tier 2 towers, which is okay. They got this first Roche, still holding the Aegis for another 50 seconds. I think they got what they wanted from this Aegis. Might still be able to take another fight. Aegis gonna expire though, but getting the gold, bounty. Seems like that's Crimson Pipe being built on him. Wants to mitigate most of that damage and will steal enemy Tormentor. Plus steal the enemy XP rune as well.
Okay, this is huge. This is the kind of stuff I want to see more of.
Here we go. Tombstone upgrade.
Yeah, baby.
Are scanning.
Let's get the bunker stone. Go hide inside the tombstone. I love it. Han. He's trying to take away this wisdom rune. Dude, this is actually so sick. Holy Grail making sure that they get themselves a wisdom rune, but Han making sure they get a kill on the Queen of Pain. And they're going to get a Tormentor of their own. So that's 2 Aghanim shards, both wisdom runes. Tier 2 tower in the top lane. So very good uses of this Aegis. I think they would have been happier if they got the tier 2 middle as well, but can't have everything in the world.
So now you have 2 supports with shard upgrades for free. That's extra 3,000 gold on them. You just got the kill on Queen of Pain. Wisdom rune has been picked up by Queen of Pain, but she paid with her life. I don't think this is the spot where you want to be, because Bounty has now more gold than Queen of Pain, which should not be happening.
Money bags, bounty. Feeling really, really rich for Chen. I actually wonder this game how much gold he's stolen away from the enemy heroes, especially from Summer. Because Summer is not that far ahead on his Alchemist. And one wonders what would the distribution of net worth be if he didn't have to spend so much time laning against a bounty.
Illusion. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For the Radiant lineup, is there anything big coming soon? Well, they don't need anything big right now because the farm is too far away for the Ags on Queen of Pain. Summerfield's AC is not coming right now, so it is indeed time to smoke. Let's go find an engagement. They don't have really great vision right now of where these Supernova heroes are.
Yeah. And there's still tier 1 tower in this mid lane, so even if you decide to take a fight, maybe backstab, a buyback or 2, this Tombstone with shard upgrade, so you can enter, buy a little bit more time. And this is going to be some, like when I first read this, I'm like, is this real? Is this an actual upgrade to it? Which is a good one. I think this, like, you don't want to spend gold to buy this shard. You want to get it for free, of course.
Question with the Tombstone bunker. If I'm playing like Snapfire, right? Or any of the heroes that can eat another hero temporarily, and then I get into Tombstone, does it bunker us both or does it force out the other hero to bunker me?
I think you should, I didn't test it, so I'll just go with what I think it is. I think you should both be getting inside. It's like, you know, Life Stealer, Pudge with shard. Snapfires for everybody. There's enough space because I think you might count as like one hero.
There's enough space. There's a lounge there, an additional nice little TV
Extra
set.
sofa, yeah.
Supernova, they feel like they have a little bit of space to try and smoke up themselves as they are heading out on a small adventure now. Nobody to find, and unfortunately, they've also not been able to maintain full control of this Radiant jungle. So they need to reassert it right now. Maybe plop down some vision, take an outpost or two. Start thinking, I imagine, about the next Roche, who we will know how long he is due for in a couple of moments. And if you're playing on Supernova, there's no way that this is next Roche isn't the Aegis you want to use to end the game. So their timer is coming very, very soon for them to win game one, if they have what it takes though.
It's going to spawn on Radiant side, but it will go on Dire side. You don't have enough damage to kill it immediately. 20 seconds. Yeah, you can't kill it in 10 seconds, so you need to start prepping for Dire side. Have we seen Chain Frost? I know it's early. I haven't woken up yet, but I don't think I've heard Chain Frost being used.
We have not seen Chain Frost. We've seen 2 Primal Roars, and we've seen, I think, 2 Sonic Waves, maybe 3.
Yes. Still farming another set of items.
They only have 2 kills, right?
Yeah.
They have 2 kills, like 25 minutes, and you don't see this every day where a team is not really able to leverage what would, on paper, seem like a ton of damage to kill off individual heroes on the map.
They should not struggle with the damage. This is Chain Frost, Beastmaster, Pugna, Alchemist. You definitely have more than enough damage to kill heroes. And Bounty, he just finished off Crimson Guard, so gonna reduce some of that right-click damage. Now going for second Roche. Aegis plus Cheese is gonna be available. Dong will be picking up that Aegis, maybe even pick up the Cheese. Funka now with the BKB. Still yet to take this tier 1 tower. I feel like Beastmaster needs to use his Ancient Black Dragon and Boars to go for what we call like Ghost Push. He needs to cut the waves with it. Needs to be able to get some extra farm on the hero.
It's definitely surprising to have as much real estate as Supernova does when the enemy team has a Helm of the Overlord Beastmaster. But now they have more than just real estate. They're actually coming in to fight here. They jump Chola first with the Primal Roar, forced off away from both himself as well as the Enchantress. He's gonna stay alive. Dolem forced to pop a BKB here, but it's not gonna protect you against these right clicks. Nova though, find their Morphling dragged back with the Sinister Gaze.
Still alive.
He couldn't finish off Dolem, so he got Sonic Waved, but he will end up losing his first life here while this is happening. Shen getting his life drained away by DQQ. Dong does respawn now, but the Aegis already popped. And will they want to continue the fight is the question. Summer thinking about reaching back in. Gone, throwing in so much damage with these Screams of Pains. The kill they got earlier on here, Lacoste, has given him almost enough gold for the Aghanim Scepter. So I don't think Supernova should stick around. Leave before the Ags arrives and take what you can to survive this engagement.
Yeah, this is a bit of an interesting one. They went for Morphling, used everything, and he didn't like shift fully, was sitting at 2.5k HP or something. But now this Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain, it changes how the fights are gonna go. With level 15 talent as well, it's gonna be a ton of damage. So if he gets multiple of those in a team fight, they're gonna struggle. I mean, some good first half usage from Supernova, pushing Chola out of trouble, getting Pavis on top of him, getting Soul Rip, goes back to almost full HP. Alchemist, he needs another item, like going for Scotty, which is usually an item of a choice when you play against Morphling. It's just we don't see Alchemist buying it. It's going to be a lot of slow.
Atypical.
Corrosive Weaponry plus Scotty. Interesting.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I want to see it in action.
Lich spells, they've got Beastmaster. Lots of small little instances. I think though for now they're just happy that they took away the Aegis, which elongates the game. They know that they probably only lose if the game ends now, while Supernova feels hella strong. But Alchemist, obviously we anticipate Alchemist always being ahead and up there. This Queen of Pain, you've mentioned so many times how rough a game she's been having. With this Aghanim Scepter, not only does that start to change, but she can have influence in the fight even without being directly involved. So that guarantees she's going to get some gold in these engagements. Starting to get a little bit scarier if you're on the side of Supernova. And this is a problem with these kind of drafts. Things go really, really well, but if you don't end the game at a particular point, scalability becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And are we at that point just yet, Lacoste?
It's getting harder and harder for Supernova to win the game, I would say. Morphling, like Donk's having a really good game, didn't die a single time if we don't count in that Aegis that has just been lost. But he can carry the game, especially with the build that he's going for. He's just completed Butterfly, having Titan Sliver, packing a punch. This is 300 damage per hit, but Morphling didn't even go full Agi yet. Never go full
Smoked up
Agi,
right
though.
now.
Dire's top
Nope.
tower is under
Unless,
attack.
unless you want to make it into the Fly highlight reel compilation.
You as well, B-Cup. He constantly talks about Fly. I mean, I did see it like 2 or 3 times, him dying, so it's also stuck in my mind.
Only 2 or 3 times, my sir, you are a lucky man.
Is under attack.
Seen it many times.
Are fortified.
Through middle, Supernova, without the Aegis, they still feel strong enough to siege upon the tier 2 tower. Frost Shield, though, is going to make this take so much longer. And they're still comfortable farming
Oh,
up. but
Summer
unless
might
they
be
get
found here.
scouted out, Summer, he should be okay, dude. He has BKB, TP. Like, there's no way you die here. He's fine. He's chill. He's out. Everything's okay.
Is under
It's a
attack.
BKB usage. 9-second BKB to TP out, but is that... What is Gon doing? Look at him. All you need to
seeing
do
him.
is know how to multiply or divide by 7. This is not it. 30 minutes is... sure, you can divide it, but it's not a round number.
Maybe he thought he could solo the tormentor. Let's give him a benefit of the doubt. Like,
Yeah, not happening.
But, oh no, they have vision
He's
of
on
him.
the hill.
Oh no, he doesn't have a BKB. He's gonna die here. Ghost, the ship is gonna crash into his face. He does blink away. He's trying to get himself out of here, but unfortunately for him, Dawn can steal his form, keep up with him, and easily finish him off.
But
Feels
what
bad,
is
man.
he even doing there? Like, there's nothing to gain. If you want to, like, farm, this is not a place to be. They also had Observer Ward on the high ground. Oof.
Structures are fortified.
Let's see what he gets from tier 3 token. Gonna be Quickening Charm on
Okay.
Queen of Pain, lowering the cooldown on Blink.
Okay. Once she gets Octarine, it's gonna be really fun to see
Dire's top tower
how low
is
these
under
cooldowns are. Are there actually very interesting neutral items that we haven't looked at just yet? Got a couple of tier 3 tokens sitting on the Radiant side that haven't been redeemed just yet. Same is true on the Dire. But we might not have an opportunity to look at them all because they're coming in for a tier 3 tower push. Supernova wanna try and leverage their timing. Summer straighting up the stun though, but doesn't have the blink. It was on cooldown, so he just stuns himself. Won't get X right now. Does still have BKB at the ready. It just came back off cooldown. And with him being here, Supernova is like, Queen of Pain's about to respawn. We've done some damage onto the tower. Thank God there's no repair kits in the game, so it's still good enough for us.
Oh, repair kit. I forgot about that item. Jeez, I actually, like, if you ask me, I don't know, what's one of the most broken items that we had, I would definitely not think of repair kit. Because in my mind, it was so dumb, and I'm so glad that we removed it from the game. What was it? Was it like 5 charges, and then we nerfed
It was
to
3.
3?
It was 3. Yeah.
Okay.
It was 3 at first. I think they nerfed it to 2, and then they just removed it from the game. They were like, this is ridiculous. This is
Yeah, because
nuts.
it gave multi-shot to towers at the time, I
Yeah.
believe.
Wasn't great. It's not one of the better ideas that have happened within the Dota landscape. Pretty ass. Right now, Holy Grail gonna smoke outside of their base. Summer has Blink available. He's the one leading the charge. It's a bit unfortunate for them that because there's no Blink dagger on the Beastmaster, Summer kind of has to be the one to start these fights. So there's a lot of responsibility on this Alchemist, not just to engage, but also to do the necessary damage. It's quite a lot, but he also has to be available in case his team needs him for a small engagement. He's triggering the stun right now, going down. He finds the Enchantress. They want to kill her,
She's
but there
inside
he
the
goes into
tombstone.
the bunker. Chola keeps her alive for now. Sonic Wave will push some of these Dire heroes away, but a boat is going to buy time in this fight. Finally, we have a Chain Frost bouncing through onto all of these Dire heroes. It's not doing enough damage to kill just yet, but Summer with his stun onto 2 and some right clicks will provide it. Both supports are gone. Chen trying to run himself away right now, but he's being chased by the rest of the Holy Grail. And as he dies, Supernova realize that they just can't do anything more. The Kunkka and the Morphling flee the fight.
Dire's middle
And Holy Grail not only win, but finally Lacoste, they get the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. It only took 33 minutes, but it happens.
And finally, they're in the lead in terms of gold. Having Alchemist on the team, I like how they try to focus Morphling with Butterfly and this Titan Sliver. They're like, well, we're not dealing damage to the hero at all. And you can see the power of Queen of Pain. Like Sonic Wave did connect on 3, maybe even 4 targets, but where your real damage is coming from is the Shadow Strike. They can't really kill Morphling instantly. He's way too tanky. Most of their like, sure, you have some like magical damage, pure damage from Queen of Pain, Lich. It's not the easiest thing to connect onto him. And look at him, like literally not taking damage. Alchemist like, I'll go for the others, and gets a 3-man stun. Looked real nice. They need to take out these supports. First, kill this Tombstone, kill this Enchantress. Bounty, like he was off to a great start, but you're just a bot right now. You're an aura bot, and you don't provide the team with much. Like, he even picked up Cloak of Flames, which is an interesting choice. You usually don't get that on endless heroes, because do you want to, like, set things up? You could backpack it if you're, like, going for something, but, yeah, he just wants to keep it to be more tanky. What's his magic resist right now? 55%.
That's pretty decent. They're actually all taking the twin gate through top on the side of Supernova. They might not be aware that Holy Grail is also smoked into the area, but they are aware Roshan is the next port of call. It's nighttime now, and the smoke will break. Dolem, primal roll out onto Chola. There will be a boat that flies in, though. Gives him the Coco Rum, gets inside his own tombstone. And let's see where the rest of this fight goes. Summer jumped in, he finds Chen, but he turns his attention back towards the tombstone to take it out. He has a double damage rune on this Alchemist. He's a very dangerous customer. Morphling in the meantime, fighting on the south side of the fight, trying to bring down SJ. Will be able to right-click him down and earn himself a double kill. At the same time, in the north side, though, Han is falling low. His BKB is gone. So that means he can't protect himself. Dog jumped into the fight, but it's a double damage. Alchemist needs to be careful. But Summer is finally starting to run out of HP without his BKB to protect him. Dong uses the Queen of Pain form to blink away to safety as well. DQQ doing what he can to drain Sheep, but they ran out of mana on Cop. They're out of HP on the Morphling. So both teams calling it quits for now, but they might want to go back in. They did get the scouting with this Bounty Hunter. They know what's up. Sheep has the Stifling Dagger, carrying the charge with them with the Shadow Strike. It's very, very annoying. Need to stay away from your lineup.
Alchemist, I think Alchemist needs to buy back here. The problem is you need to TP to the bottom outpost, go through the twin gates if you want to contest this, because there's nothing to TP top. I think he could have done it earlier as well. Like, try to man up against Morphling with that Butterfly, with that Satanic, him also holding on to Scotty. It's just not enough. Like, you need something to pierce through this evasion.
Aegis, yet again, for the side of Supernova. Cheese for the bounty. He just spent a second inside the tombstone.
Yeah, he's testing it out to see how it works. Like, can I click it? Yes, I can. I'm going to go inside. There's also refresher shards. In terms of, like, refresher, they don't really have a hero that utilizes that refresher to full extent, I would say. Like, yeah, maybe you can have double tombstone. Probably the best is Morphling, so you have, like, double ulti, Manta, Satanic. Kunkka's also fine, double boat, but it's not like, oh, we have Enigma, Tidehunter, these type of heroes.
What about double Shuriken toss, bro?
Sounds good. Double Janata, refresh and steal it straight away. That would be like one of the lowest cooldown refreshes in Dota history, because it's a 3-second cooldown.
Hey, but I need that gold right now. Can't wait 3 whole seconds.
Bounty gets the shard.
Yeah.
It's a wonky one. I hope this is changed. Every single time I play Bounty and I get shard, I'm like, I don't want to play the game anymore, because you need to, like, double click it instead of just clicking it once. I'm like, why am I not in this? Why did I just die? It also doesn't really synergize nicely with the hero's toolkit, I would say.
I think there are other ways to make. There's been like 1 or 2 niche scenarios. I've seen the Shadow Walk save somebody, but niche for a reason. Not very common within the game of Dota. I do think the shard needs a rework. Doesn't feel, with how many amazing shards in this game.
Yeah, this
one
is
is just
pretty
like
bonkers. I don't know, let's say like Lich Shard compared to this shard.
Lich Shard, really, really good. Well, this game right now, Dolem and the boys, even though they have a gold lead, still finding themselves playing quite a lot on the Radiant side of the map. Summer still feels like he's actually been in perpetual one more item syndrome. Outside of that one fight we saw him in the river, every other engagement, Summer's just felt like he needs a little bit more punch in this game.
Yeah, definitely needs that MKB to go through that evasion, magical damage against Morphling. Because Morphling, when he shifts into Agi, what is he sitting at? Like that's 76%. So deal 1/4 of your damage physical goes to Morphling, which is not great.
That's so much. 53 armor. Are you kidding me? Wow.
And it gets ridiculous.
Feels
Getting
fair and
closer
balanced.
to level 25. The waveform cooldown talent's going to look juicy with waveform attack targets. And now does have BKB of his own.
I'll try and leverage these items in an upcoming fight. Unfortunately for them, however, there was a Beastmaster Hawk that scouted out the smoke. So Holy Grail, aware of where to position themselves in order to stay safe.
Oh no,
Dolem is
Summer's
being
Courier
somewhat
died again.
sacrificed.
This was
and it has
supposed to be
Demon
MKB.
Edge.
Whew, not going to have it for 3
no.
minutes.
How many couriers has he lost in this game? Like 3?
I know the one that we talked about when he was trying to bring Radiant, like buy a component for Radiance, was even far away from it. And now Nova onto the high ground.
Yeah, look at this Morphling, that right-click damage. Dishing out 400 a pop right now, taking out the melee racks. And Holy Grail, just letting it happen for now. We'll see if Supernova feel brave enough to do it twice, but Sombra actually jumps in, finds 3 heroes with the stun. They've almost killed the Kunkka. Forced off, keeps him alive, but it's not going to be good enough. Eventually, they do take him out of the fray. 70 seconds, no buyback for him. And they're not done with the fight.
no.
Don's on the high ground. Yulza's up into the air, though. He was just baiting and wasting time, and he finds himself a quick kill. They move forward into the fight. Chola's dead. Sheep is going to follow him. This Morphling currently being chased down by DQQ, but does manage to waveform TP out. And I think the rest of the lineup was as scared as you were, Lacoste, but Gan was just baiting. Turns his team into a favorable position. They take a fight even though they lose the racks.
Yeah, man, Summer, he can't control the Courier, but man, he can control these stuns. Unstable concoction 2 times in a row on 3 heroes. Like, this should not be happening. I mean, it comes down to positioning from Supernova. Like, you can't be in this area where this small AoE stun manages to get the connection on 3 of them. This is also with no buybacks. They did lose a set of barracks, so that's good for Supernova. Morphling is massive. Like, he's gigantic. He also can't just like fight Alchemist straight away. They need to take out some of these easier targets, kill Pugna, kill Lich. The problem was Kunkka didn't get a single thing off in the previous fight. Like, he got blown immediately. No cheese, no boat, no BKB. They definitely need to have him like control some of these heroes, nullify, remove the Cripify, Frost Shield. The hero that we didn't talk about is Sheep Enchantress. Like, he managed to farm Aghanim Scepter, has Mindbreaker, has Enchanted Quiver as well for now using Mindbreaker. It's a ton of damage. We can keep the distance. But
he's
they
building
know.
MKB on this Enchantress. Okay. Does anybody on the team have an AC? They do indeed on the Kunkka, right? So lots of attack speed, lots of damage. Supernova getting these tools for themselves. But the main issue that they are having, I think this game has come down so much to that initial first catch. And because God now is somewhat safer away from it, he's able to Yule Scepter and blink away. The primary hero to catch out first is becoming more and more complicated for Supernova, making their angle into the fight harder, just simplifying the life for the rest of Holy Grail. So 40 minutes in, 1 lane of racks, Supernova have a gold deficit. So it still has to come down to what Holy Grail do on the map to assert the gold lead that they've gained for themselves. There's no Roshan to play around for quite some time. And the tier 2 tower bottom, it doesn't feel that important in between the Wisdom Rune and the Tormentor. So what do you want to see from them for Holy Grail? Do you just wait for the next Rosh? Just farm the entire time?
2.5 minutes. Looking at their buyback status, looking at buyback status in general, not a single hero does have buyback available. Alchemist will have one relatively soon, 200 gold. That's one camp. But yeah, I don't know if you want to like take the fight, because if you lose a fight with no buybacks against hero like Morphling, you're going to lose the game. So not sure if they want to be taking the fight right now. It's a risky move. I could see them doing it, but also Roshan respawning in 2 minutes, you might want to wait it out.
Such a long respawn. So everyone just farming, chilling away, doing their thing.
Courier is still dead for another 30 seconds.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because the game was paused. I guess that's why. It looks much longer than it actually is.
Looks like they want to fight though. The way they're stacking up here on the high ground makes me feel like they want to smoke as soon as the MKB is available and try and make magic happen on the map. 5 seconds until the MKB arrives, and then we'll see what Holy Grail want to do on the map. And yep, they're picking it. They're going to fight. So let's go, Lacoste. We're going to get an engagement in the next a little while here if they have their way on the side of Holy Grail. Dolem just clearing out the wave. And then here we go. Unfortunately for them, though, Supernova already on the far side of the map. So they're not going to get caught out by this. Nobody home down bottom. Literally pointless to go into the area.
Summer, he's a bit slow right now. Doesn't have power treads in his inventory. So, I mean, you have Chemical Rage. You can upgrade your Blink. I see that he has full Abyssal Blade in his quick buy. Not sure what he wants to replace. So I would prefer if he just upgrades the Blink into Swift Blink for now. Keep the buyback. Very important to have it at this stage of the game. Another smoke from Holy Grail.
I mean, this time they have vision, right? There's an Observer Ward that scouts out the Enchantress. Hawk just scouts out the rest of the lineup. They jump directly onto Chola. They want to take away the bunker first, and they succeed. Will this Enchantress be able to get herself out? She's running, had sprinked away. She's still jumping out. She's cool. She's Gucci. Dong now jumping back in onto Queen of Pain. But even with the BKB, realizing that maybe not the best place to be right now. Honestly, if I'm Holy Grail, we forced out a buyback from Chola, a BKB charge from the Morphling. We are winning this fight. That's why Supernova are smoking in onto them. They want to try find something. They're aware of what they've given up, but they find nothing, Lacoste. Holy Grail, get what they want. They retreat. No, don't lose anything in the process.
This is early BKB from Dong. I guess, like, you have Shard, so you can get the shift off even if you get stunned. Also having Refresher, so wasn't too afraid to pop it. And as you said, no, Supernova, they want to be fighting immediately. They smoked up, but couldn't find anything. 3 smokes in a row.
Wow.
Like in the last minute from Holy Grail.
Okay, let's see where this one goes. If they win this fight, Roshan is not that far away, so they could be rewarded with an Aegis. It's all about finding the correct engagement. Sheep just sprinking away, dealing with these creep waves. Beastmaster Hawk inside the pit, and now Supernova with their second smoke. 5 smokes in the last 100 seconds. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, very important. This Roche is going to bring in a lot of presents for you if you can get it. Morphin hits that level 25. He's massive. Sitting on 5k gold as well. Alchemist only level 24. Would definitely love to have that 25. Have that extra move speed on Elk.
Radiant's middle tower.
Dire scan behind the tier, the Roshan pit. Not going to find anybody, obviously. Roche is now up. Both teams should be aware of it. Seen right now by the Beastmaster's Hawk. Summer triggering up the stun. His blink has been disabled though, so he forced to spend it onto a BKB Han. Primal Roar was thrown onto this Enchantress. They don't have the damage to kill her off just yet. Gone trying to get into the fight. At the same time, though, Summer is getting ran down by Dong and Chen. Waveform in from the Morphling with the adaptive strike. Gonna be good enough to kill off Summer. You mentioned it in the last fight, Lacoste. This time he does buy back. He realizes the importance of this Roche, and they are still fighting here. Dong goes forward. He finds SJ. Sonic Wave lands onto all 5 heroes to try to push them back. But sadly, the Morphling damage is a bit too much. Lich ends up dead without buyback available. And now so now they have to contest Roche 4v5.
I don't think they will. Summer is on a different side of the map. He's farming for now. Supernova using this opportunity because Gon showed on the mid lane as Queen of Pain, pushing out that wave. So they initiate, they get like 1 kill instantly. And as soon as Morphlin connects onto this Alchemist, who doesn't have boots of speed, like he's not speedy enough, getting slowed by Scotty. Dong, man, he's having a time of his life in this first game of this series. 9-0 and 3 on Morphling, didn't die a single time.
I just want to see the damage numbers that he's dealt in this game. Because that's honestly out of this world. How
Yeah,
much
it's
hurt
like
he's been putting onto enemy.
55, 60,000 damage, I would say.
Crazy stuff coming in from him. And he's doing this without Ags, right? So even when he's been stealing the Queen of Pain form every fight, but even without the Ags, he's just raw right-click damage. And Scream of Pain is doing all the work.
Being more maneuverable, he can lock onto the target with Blink waveform so easily. Okay, gold lead doesn't mean anything at this point, but looks nice on the screen. Like, well, yeah, this team is winning. They have network advantage. There's a lot of unspent gold on their side. I see Bounty with almost 6,000 gold, 5,000 on Enchantress, 4K on Morph, and 6K on Kunkka. So that's a lot of gold that it's not being spent on items, while on Radiant's side, yeah, they also have a decent amount of gold that is not spent. So this number at the top could be deceiving, but it's like 15K gold lead of unspent gold. And if the enemy team invests everything, for now they're keeping some of the buybacks. Problem is Summer used his buyback.
Maybe both of these teams have gotten wind of some surging recession happening in China. They're keeping their cash on hand, saving for a rainy day.
I don't see that big item on Holy Grail that's going to change things. Beastmaster, he kind of hit his peak. There's Hex, so this instant initiation against Morphling could be big, but again, keeping the buyback for now.
Speaking of Morphling, they're jumping him. Do they have what it takes? No, they don't. Chola puts him in the bunker and keeps him alive. Big Sonic Wave came in, but now Morphling is back. Dong, he wants the revenge. He's going in for the fight. Right-clicking down onto Dolem, forcing away the Beastmaster with his BKB. Gon is doing quite a bit of work throwing in these Shadow Strikes. And it's going to be a bit of a problem. Another stun thrown in by Summer. It's onto the Bounty. Does get forced off the way. Supernova have been on point with their supports and the 4-star usages. Han messed up the combo a little bit. He was supposed to X onto the Undying to pull him back, but he X'd himself. So Chola's not here. This actually might defend the base.
Never mind. Dong, he's going in. He wants to take these barracks out. Like, we see the power of the shard. He got initiated on, but managed to get the shift off at inside the bunker. It's chip damage for Morphling now.
Yep, Gon is not getting chipped. He's just getting right-clicked.
Nullifier.
And he ends up dead, forced to buy back. They destroy the Ice Spire as well. Primal Roar, though, goes out onto our Morphling, forced off in the wrong direction. So this time they do end up taking away his first life. And Chola is still not here for the fight. Boat comes in, crashes in onto 2 cores. Gon needs to get the hell out of here. Sonic Wave is going to be back online, but it's not going to do all that much. Dong, he's the big bad one in the fight. His BKB is finished, but he's morphing up into the strength. In the meantime, though, Chain Frost bouncing around, brings down Han's Sheep. The supports are dying off. Gon is doing way too much work. And SJ, he also now finds a Chain Frost onto Dong. The Morphling is running out of mana. He needs to run the hell away. Can they catch him? They find him with the stun. He's used as well. Silenced up, killed off, triple kill for Gon. A base defense for Holy Grail. And somehow, some way, Lacoste, this game is still going. Game 1 is a basher, a thriller. Everything is happening in this instance.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see from this game. You know, just pure chaos. You don't know who's going to win for 50 minutes. And look at what Queen of Pain bought. He bought the second Mithril Hammer. I think this tells you a lot about how chaotic it is. But sells it and gets that BKB. So now you have 6, almost 7 minutes with no buyback on Queen of Pain, 3 minutes, no buyback on Summer. If you manage to buy back and take these heroes out, Undying doesn't have one for 50 seconds. Morphling, let's see. This is long minute for them. Gotta use the glyph. They could go for tier 4s and force a buyback out of Dong.
Well, Dong takes away the need for such a play by buyback himself.
Just use it,
even him alone.
But you'll have to use it anyway.
Yeah. It's gonna be 2 sides though, getting taken away here. Look how fast they... Or you were mentioning earlier on that if you lose a fight against the Morphling lineup, your base can fall really fast. Losing fights versus Alchemist Beastmaster. Whew!
Yeah,
You also
that-
lose a
that
lot of real
hurts.
estate in a hurry.
We're 50 minutes into the game. You lose one fight, they're gonna shred through your barracks. So full set of barracks on the mid lane. Melee barracks stop. Now waiting for their buybacks to reset. Summer needs another 2 minutes. Can't afford to die right now. If they're keeping an eye on this buyback, is there a smoke on Supernova? Should try to smoke and go for Alchemist.
By the way,
two
in that
smokes.
last fight,
Yeah.
you know, Morphling, as great a game as he has, if Supernova wins, you know, it's large part of that win is going to come onto Dom's shoulders. But in that last fight, yo, we need to hype up SJ. This Lich played out of his freaking mind, that engagement. Did everything his team needed from him. Crazy Chain Frost, really good Sinister Gazes, good Frost Shield as well onto Gaunt to keep the Queen of Pain alive as long as he did.
A Timeless Relic Lich as well. So extra damage, extra duration, Sinister Gaze. Who got the shard? Kunkka does have shard now available. I think, yeah, everybody on side of Supernova does have shard upgrade.
Let's go. They're smoking up, but unfortunately for them, nobody's on the map. Holy Grail safely ensconced into their base. Dolem is going to be the one just poking his head out, seeing what's up. But nobody should end up dead here. 53 minutes has been this game one. It's been topsy-turvy. Been topsy-turvy for us. Can only imagine what it's like being in this game right now. So much stress.
Yeah, definitely one of those games where it can swing both ways. And it was like that. Like the graph going back and forth pretty much. At Supernova, they've been in the charge of the early game. Then they lost the lead, again gained the lead. And is this fourth or fifth Roche that's going to respawn? It's fourth, right?
Fourth, I think, yeah.
Fourth,
Should be the
okay.
fourth one.
Yeah, let's agree on it and just make this a true statement. So we'll be on Dire side again.
Mechanics question while we're waiting for these Roshans.
Yeah.
And we're looking at Shola. If you refresh, right? Let's say you have the refresher and you refresh, pop down the secondary tombstone. Do two different targets get into both tombstones, right? That should be how it works.
Yes.
Okay.
I gotta test the Snapfire, Life Stealer, Pudge once the game is done. Please remind me, Snare, because I want to see.
I got you.
Well, what happens like if you like gobble up someone?
Holy
Summer,
smoke,
he's
Summer
in.
again! 3 heroes stun! Sonic Wave to follow this up. They've killed off Shola at the early part of the fight. Dong with his BKB is trying to rinse down Summer, but his own BKB is about to expire, so he needs to be careful here.
Chain
Frost
Frost
bouncing around in this fight, doing so much work from the Lich. Han is about to die from this, and he'll grant the double kill. Tidal Wave pushing some of these
Dawn
Radiant
bought
heroes
back.
back. But Dolem, he's just proposing himself to finish off the tombstone while Gan kills off the Morphling without buyback on the Water Boy. Shola's dead too in the
That's
corner.
it, that's the
An
game.
ultra kill for the co-op, and GG gets called. Holy Grail managed to stay strong, hold out against Supernova, and in the late game make a thrilling comeback and secure a game one in this best of 3 tie.
Oof, I don't know if the game was like